Hey families, welcome again to the K1 Ninja Crew, and I am so excited to start the year with you. I wanted to just take a minute to go over some of the really important pieces on this document I sent you, the All the Things document, just to make sure that we're all on the same page and to clear up any confusion. So first, school starts Monday, woohoo, 9 a.m. sharp. To do that for this first week, the big priority is getting onto your Chromebook. So if you have a Chromebook, if you have an iPad, different situation, but still, logging into our Google Meets link, which will be sent to you via email and also assigned to your students in Seesaw. So for Monday morning, we'll get into Seesaw. And then you will click on the link for our Google Meets. And that Google Meets link is going to stay open for the duration of our morning time together. Every day this week, we're really just focusing on building stamina and learning the routines of how to use the iPad and the Chromebook with all the digital platforms and tools that we're doing. So I wanted to make sure you had everything you need, right? All right, so in this document, we start with a video that might be fun for you to watch with your kids, just reminding us about the kind of mindset of returning to school and remote learning. I also just realized that I didn't attach in here the video that Allie and I made with supports to start the year. And it's right here. So I can just link it in there as we're talking. And this is another really, hopefully helpful tool that you can use to remind kids that this is school. They are working on building independence while having fun and also giving you a chance to kind of let them do that. Because I know many of you are working from home as well, or probably by this point just need a minute for yourself. Okay, so I'll have this in here. This messiness is just to remind me. Tell parents what that is. And again, it's the video to support you and your family. All right, so if you are new to this crew, I wanted to let you know that we are a multi-age classroom, and there's a little bit of information about that here. But a multi-age classroom is amazing because kids get to be with me and now Allie for 2 years, which helps develop their leadership skills and really hit the ground running when we get to school, especially for first graders who already know the routines, therefore helping the kindergarten students know the routines and expectations and be leaders, and it's incredible. It is literally one of my favorite parts of being a teacher. It's just really special. So also down here is information about expeditionary learning and specifically what crew is. So we call this time of the day crew, where we're working on building relationships and developing our sense of community, but it's also what we call our group of kids, right? We are a crew. We happen to be the Ninja Crew, and your kids will learn all about it because there are ways of a shoemaker ninja, and our crew has typically really loved it. So I won't read this to you because I know you can do that. I just wanted to know you to know it's here. So now let's talk schedule because this is really important. And what I want to make sure that everyone really hears is that we understand that all screen time is not created equal and your family might need different things. But what we really want to make sure we are encouraging is that this morning time we are all live and together because this is where the bulk of your instruction is going to come. This is where I will be pulling small reading groups to target specific needs of your child. This is where we'll be having crew, which is probably the most important thing we do in the day because without relationships and communities, it's really hard to actually learn. There's a lot of research about that if you want to know more. Then Allie will be pulling her math groups as well. Then you have lunch. And now after lunch, it becomes more of a choose your own adventure for what works for you and your family. So if you are a family where your child speaks multiple language, they will be in an ELD group. This is not optional, and this is a really huge support that helps them grow in English proficiencies, as well as developing content language and sentence structures and all these things. It's really important and amazing. And Sarah and Libby will be your teachers for that. There is no ELD the first 2 weeks of school. So that's really important to note. That time will be used for assessing where kids are and what type of instruction they need. Then they will be pulled into small groups with either Sarah or Libby. So more information on that will come when we're ready to start. But if you are in ELD, you will join Libby or Sarah for that live teaching and then have an asynchronous lesson on Seesaw. If you are not an ELD, that means that you only speak English in your household. Okay, so then how you choose to use the afternoon is up to you. And if you are an ELD, how you choose to use the afternoon after your ELD groups is also up to you. We will be providing you with lessons daily to do on Seesaw. There will be math, there will be literacy. As we start the year, it will not be a ton, right? Because we know that this is going to be a big transition for kids. But in time, this is where their expedition work will be coming, which is their content-based literacy and math learning that we will use to support the small groups the following day. But if you choose to do those lessons at 5 p.m. after your kids have had a long break, great. If you want to work with your kids to say, nope, right after lunch, we're getting it done, that's fine too. You know your child best and what works for them. We do encourage you to build in time for play, to get outside, to do a break away from a screen, just because it's so important for their brains. And we still have kids, right? And they deserve to play. And we would be doing that in school if we were there. In addition to that, independent reading and iStation practice will be assigned as well. We're hoping to be able to use some small group time when I'm pulling a small group to have the other kids doing their iStation time then to, again, limit the amount of screen time in the afternoon. But you might say, nope, you need to do more. Or nope, you're going to do independent reading with me in your room and your library books. That's fine as well. So I know there's a lot of confusion about this potentially, but what we need to remember, or I hope we remember, is that every single one of our families' needs and wants for the screen time is different. Some families are like, no, I want my kids on the screen all day learning. We get that. And so we're going to try to give you as many things as possible to support that. And we also understand that we have families that are like, no, my kid's 5. This is too much. And we support that too. So it's a struggle and a battle that we will figure out. And what I want you to hear is that I will support your family and doing what works best for you. So if you need more, we'll get you more. If you need less, we'll prioritize what's important. The thing to remind our kids that is really important is that this is school. Right? And when we get to be together again, that's amazing. And we want to hit the ground running, have all the assessment data done, and have already been pulling small groups so that your kids are developing and growing as readers and writers. Last thing about the schedule is that specials will have live and asynchronous videos as well that are optional, but also should be highly engaging. And we're hoping that they have a good turnout. I will also have office hours from 3 to 4 every day. So if you need me, email me and we will set up a time. You can also text or call. If I don't answer, it's probably because I'm teaching. All right, down here is a little bit more information about the different kinds of teaching and the different groups, right? So you can read more about that if you want to. We will have information coming to you every Friday from newsletters and ways to support your kids at home. And hopefully my plan is to develop video tools so that you can support your kid, how to use a sound card, etc. And there will also be weekly parent info meetings, and we'll have more information about that too. School supplies, lots of you have been asking. This first week, their laptop or their Chromebook is really the big pieces that they need. We have an order in to create little bags to give you that have these materials that we would hope that all kids have, and we'll be able to pass those out to you. Math manipulative kits are coming. They're supposed to be great. They're just not here yet. If you're dying to have any of these things now, you can go ahead and get it. And if you can wait, that's fine too. Technology. These last couple of days, I know you've gotten emails from the school about picking up a Chromebook or an iPad. So if you still don't have one, today would be a really good day to get in there because I think supplies are going fast, but we will support you in whatever way we can to get you set up. And if you don't get this today and you need it on Monday, we'll figure that out as well. If you have a Chromebook, they're pretty user-friendly, although I have very limited experience on it. So there is some information to help you support yourself and your child in accessing the Chromebook. What you need to know is when you log in the first time, you'll have your student's ID as the login or username and their birthday listed here. With the month, the date, and the year as their password. This will be a consistent piece of information that you will need to log into iStation, to log into Seesaw, etc. So if you need that information, I'll be getting that to you as well. Here's all the information about Seesaw. Seesaw is going to be our big home base where your daily schedule is posted, the links to our Google Meets, as well as their lessons for the afternoon. Some of our kids are going to want to get on at 6 a.m. and be like, I'm ready to do all my lessons. I think that might work, but I might still recommend doing it in the afternoon as it will support the following day's lesson, if that makes sense. That's in that flipped instruction bit you can read ahead or up above. Okay, I know I'm going fast. There's a lot of information. All right, another trend that is sweeping the nation in digital teaching are Bitmoji classrooms. Mine is almost done, but if you know me, you know I don't do anything small. So instead of just one page dashboard, there's like 150 pages of content because what I'm hoping to use this classroom for is another tool to support your child's independence at home. So there's an entire, excuse me, there's an entire library set up with letters that if they're working on the letter B, they'll be able to click on it and have incredible resources to practice that letter sound and writing, in addition to phonics. So as we get into our specific skills instruction, there are going to be a lot of really fun digital things in there to reinforce the learning and also guarantee that if they're playing games on the iPad or computer during independent time, it is academic, it is rigorous and targeted. And I think it'll be great. Okay, team breath. Something you're going to see us do a lot this year. We know this is new. We know it can be overwhelming, and hopefully we're back together soon. But until then, my promise to you is I will do everything in my power to make this as fun and magical and engaging as possible because your kids and their education matters to me more than anything. So let me know what you need. I am here for you. We're trying to set boundaries of please don't call me at midnight, which has happened lots of times, but I get it. If you're struggling, I'm here to help. And let's face it, I don't sleep. I'm basically a vampire. All right. Looking forward to seeing you guys all Monday, and I'll get this out to you now so that you have time to process. Thanks, everybody.